One car, one truck. Day 12. And something is finally moving. My name is Lucas, and this is Driving Down the Depression. Welcome. I used to think progress would feel obvious. Like one day everything would suddenly click. The perfect clap, the perfect rhythm, the perfect level of confidence. But that's not really how this works. Most of the time, improvement feels invisible. You drive for hours and leave feeling exactly the same. Sometimes worse. And after enough sessions, you start questioning whether repetition is actually helping at all. Because from the outside, these laps probably look identical. Same car, same truck, same corners, again and again. But inside the car, tiny things start changing. The steering becomes calmer, the corrections become smaller, the panic starts disappearing from certain sections. Not completely, never completely, but enough to notice. There was a time where Flugblatt felt like luck. Now it feels like commitment. There was a time where Schwedenkreuz felt impossible. Now it feels manageable. Dangerous, but manageable. And maybe that's the strange thing about fear. You don't really defeat it. You just spend enough time around it that it stops controlling every decision you make. That's probably what this episode really is. Not confidence, trust. Trusting the car, trusting the line, trusting that not every corner needs to be attacked to be fast. Because for a long time I drove this truck like I was trying to prove something. Every lap felt urgent, like if I didn't improve immediately, I was failing. But the Nordschleife doesn't respond well to urgency. It rewards patience in a really brutal way. Push too hard into one corner, and the next 5 corners suffer because of it. Miss one braking point, and suddenly the rhythm disappears completely. That's why this track feels alive sometimes. Not because it changes, but because your relationship with it changes. Some days it feels welcoming. Some days it feels impossible. And some days it feels like it's waiting for you to make one tiny mistake. Today for whatever reason, everything finally started flowing together. Not perfectly. There were still mistakes, still moments where I nearly overcommitted, still corners where instinct briefly turned into panic. But for the first time, the lap stopped feeling heavy. That's the only way I can describe it. Heavy. Like every previous attempt carried pressure with it. Today felt different. Quieter. The steering inputs became automatic. The braking zones stopped feeling rushed. The car finally started feeling like something I was working with, instead of fighting against. And weirdly, the faster the lap became, the calmer I felt. Not excited, not aggressive, focused. Like somewhere along the way, all those failed laps had quietly taught me something. Because failure doesn't teach you. Just not immediately. At first it only feels frustrating. But eventually, all those mistakes start stacking together into experience. And one day, without really noticing when it happened, you react differently. You see problems earlier. You recover mistakes quicker. You stop panicking. And maybe that's the real progression. Not the lap time itself, the ability to stay calm while chasing it. When I started this series, sub 9 minutes honestly felt unrealistic. Not impossible, but distant. Really distant. Like something for real sim racers, not me. But that mindset changes slowly too. Because eventually, you stop looking at the goal as some giant impossible thing in the distance. It becomes just another lap, another sector, another breaking point. Sometimes achievable through repetition instead of talent. And when I finally crossed the line, the strangest part was how quiet the moment felt. No explosion of emotion, no huge celebration, just relief. Like carrying something heavy for a long time and finally putting it down. 8:55. A number I've been chasing for weeks. Finally, appearing on the screen. And honestly, I think the reason it matters so much has very little to do with driving. Because the real victory wasn't the lap. It was proving to myself that progress was still happening, even during all moments where it felt invisible. And maybe that's something worth remembering outside the track too. Sometimes improvement is happening quietly, long before you can actually see the result. Same car, same track, still showing up.